That's a fair point. It's a fair point. Oh my god, what has happened?
Oh my god.
Speaking of being at all Jason's, comes naturally. We are
Joe.
Mike.
I am Cody, and today we're joined by
Taj.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
So
Bonds.
I didn't really prepare anything because we just literally got on here. But you guys want to talk about the trailers from DC FanDome?
No.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Joe, what do you say? We need a majority rule here.
I think so.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You're overruled, Taj.
Fuckers.
Your half a vote doesn't count.
You're still a fucker.
It's true. It's a very, very true statement. So what do you guys want to talk about first? Wonder Woman, Batman, Justice League, one of the video games?
We can start with Justice League.
Justice League, the Snyder Cut. The 4 hour long miniseries.
Yeah.
That.
Mike's not even paying attention anymore.
I'm paying attention.
The top of his head is, for certain.
Yep. I'm deleting emails because you guys made me
Self-conscious.
Great.
Mike's not going to be participating in this hour's block of the show because he's deleting emails.
He
This
gonna
hour,
be a while.
next hour. He'd probably still be deleting emails next week.
What are you drinking, Mike? Beer?
No.
Molson?
Root beer.
Molson. Got it.
Diet root beer.
Diet Molson?
Diet.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Calories in, calories out, baby.
Baby!
It's not close enough.
Does it still taste like root beer though?
Thanks, buddy. Got it.
This one's not bad. This is a pretty good one.
I'll admit that's one thing I like about Dr. Pepper. The diet Dr. Pepper still tastes like Dr. Pepper.
I like Dr. Pepper 10. I don't know why, but those 10 extra calories really give you all the Dr. Pepper flavor you need. And I'm
All in those 10, huh?
yeah, whatever fucking weird drop of whatever they put into that fucking can that is 10 calories.
They put 10 grams of actual real sugar cane Dr. Pepper.
Sugar Dr. Pepper right there.
Yeah.
Boop.
Into a normal can of Diet Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I'm here for it because that's my favorite one.
Just so you guys know, if you didn't know that the DC FanDome thing that just happened this past weekend is actually part one of the actual event they're doing. Because they're doing, I think they said there's 3 of them. Or no, 2 of them. Is it 2?
2 of them, because, it's 2 of them, at least the last I heard. I don't remember the date of the second one,
September 12th.
I thought was weird. Yeah, okay. I thought that was weird that they're splitting it up, not between multiple consecutive days, but like non-consecutive days.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Almost like a month apart. It's like, that's a little weird, but okay, whatever.
So part 1, which was last weekend, was movies and video games. Next part, September 12th, so in 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from this week, will be their TV programs and comic books. And that's live action and animated TV programs, because they do have like the Harley Quinn stuff, and some of the movies they're doing. And they're doing collectibles too. I forgot that's part of it as well.
Okay.
Because guess what? Right before this and the whole shakeup of DC, they closed down DC collectibles division.
Really?
And they signed a deal with McFarlane to do all the DC collectible stuff.
Oh, that's why I saw that weird DC or Batman McFarlane toy.
Yep, because his company's doing all the collectibles and the action figures now.
I mean, that's good for them because that company makes fantastic action figures.
Yeah, they have weird magic to make,
highly detailed but still relatively affordable. Action figures.
Yeah, and they're super articulate and have all sorts of cool shit in them.
Yeah.
So pretty fun. Anyhow, so we were talking about not diet mountain or diet root beer, but So we'll talk about Justice League. Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League. The teaser they gave us was pretty cool because it was all new footage. None of it was obviously Joss Whedon stuff. It was all Snyder stuff, but it was a lot of it was stuff we saw parts of in the trailer, like teaser stuff ahead of time before the movie was released, way before the movie was released. I think some of that was even stuff from Comic-Con the year before.
Probably. I do remember seeing a lot of stuff in trailers coming up to it, yeah.
Yeah, but then they showed a lot of cool stuff. They showed Soups in the black suit. They showed that scene of like where we saw Bruce watching like some kind of digital rendering of Superman. Mm-hmm. We saw that more of. We saw a lot more of Ray Fisher before being cyborged. Mike just zoomed in for some reason.
Yeah, I was trying to convey focus.
Oh, gotcha. It's creepy and unsettling.
So dramatic.
Yeah, that just really freaked us all out.
All of a sudden, I don't want video.
I'll pay less attention.
That was pretty cool. But yeah, and also they showed Iris, the actress, I can't remember her name now, that they originally had planned for being in the movie because they shot stuff with her. You saw that where Flash is saving her, so that's pretty cool. And then, of course, we saw what Doomsday looks like in their, or not Darkseid, not Doomsday. Darkseid looks like in his cut of the movie.
We get a Doomsday fight scene in the Snyder cut, right?
Yeah.
A Doomsday fight scene or Darkseid fight scene?
Darkseid.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I believe so. Yes, because there's that scene of the.
Well, there's the scene where he's actually in the like fight area where they showed that split second of fight with.
Long ago with the men and Amazonians and
yeah.
the Green Lantern Corps.
Thank you. Yes.
Those fucks.
Yeah, where he comes down and decimates them, and then but somehow gets beat still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I thought was pretty cool. What else?
Well, the trailer is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
What's his weird fascination with the Hallelujah song?
I don't know. That is like the third movie he's used it in, right?
Yeah, well, it's because it's originally it was in the original trailer too, for it when they did that.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe so.
I remember that.
There's the first couple trailers, and then the one that got everybody was the
7 Nation Army, right?
Yeah.
Where's
the 7 Nation Army one, or the Gary Clark Jr. one was another one that got people all amped up.
The Gary Clark Jr. one was pretty fucking awesome, though.
Yeah, it was.
Not 7 Nation. That's the wrong White Stripes song. There's another one. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I thought it was. Isn't that the one that was in there?
I don't think so.
No, it's is it Iggy Thump?
Oh, yeah, it was Iggy Thump. That's right. Yeah, it was Iggy Thump.
The beat that it hits cut with this trailer is pretty funny. Like Momoa taking off his shirt when reaching Hallelujahs and yeah,
someone worked real hard on that trailer. Or should I say worked hard on that trailer? Get it? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Dirty. Yeah. Just dirty.
Boners, Joe. Talking about boners.
Boners, right? Because that's pretty much what we always talk about.
Damn right. Hookers, blows, and boners.
I like the redesign to a certain extent of what's his name, the main bad guy from Justice League initially.
Yeah, made him look way more dangerous.
Yeah, Steppenwolf, that's who it was. Yeah,
when he's all armored up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty menacing look.
I think the way that he kind of redid the helmet head portion just makes him look a lot better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like a warrior at that point.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to get to see a lot more of Bruce Wayne's nightmare dreams and what that's all about. What does anybody know? Because there's a short scene here with somebody that looks like he's redirecting missiles. What the hell is that?
I got nothing.
I can't play it because I'm using my computer that has audio going through it, so I can't watch it on there. Curses. Damn stupid record stuff.
Well, I'm sure you've watched it so many times. It says he's wearing a Letterman jacket. Gotham City.
Oh, that's the one with Cyborg. Yeah, that's when he first.
Cyborg?
Yeah, that's the scene we saw originally in the first trailer where he doesn't like fully show himself yet, but then like I guess he's in that one we're seeing what he's actually doing, which is
where he right before he meets Diana.
Missiles.
Yeah, when he's kind of like doing his own thing before she drags him into it and says, "Hey, we need you," and blah blah blah. Apparently, he's fucking missiles up. That's pretty cool,
right?
I look forward to the fact that they're actually going to develop the characters a little bit more.
Yeah, especially the characters we didn't get to see anything of because we haven't got their movies yet.
It's definitely going to be good.
Yeah.
That speech at the end too.
Yeah. Oh, when he says like he's never fought us together, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Mike's like, yeah.
Do you think that they're going to make Superman a more prominent feature in this movie? Or do you think he's still going to be kind of that just last thought piece?
I mean, from the way it looks like he's probably going to be a lot more in it because he has a different outfit.
Well, he's got the black suit. And I think that they show another piece with him and Martha and...
Well, you're talking about in the cornfield?
Lois. What's that?
The shot in the cornfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually in one of the first trailers. You see his back... you see his back from their point of view, and they start walking towards him. And as he turns, it cuts to a different scene.
I suppose that's a good point. Something I hadn't thought about until just now. I mean, Superman's dead, and since this isn't going to be using any of the same footage as the Joss Whedon cut, or Joss Whedon's footage, I should say, is Superman's resurrection the same? Then
I don't think it can be, for that very reason.
Well, we don't know. Well,
that's what I'm saying. How much of that was Whedon's shot?
Yeah,
shots?
Fair.
I do know though that if I'm not mistaken, the fight scene between Justice League and Superman was Joss Whedon. So when they're on the memorial and he shows up, all bare chested or whatever, I believe that's Joss Whedon stuff.
And that makes sense because the dialogue there, especially like when Batman
Pet Cemetery,
down,
It's
very Joss Whedon-y dialogue.
Yeah,
there.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting just because the fact that like we don't truly know how much was Joss's reshoots and what wasn't. So like, because I mean, he clearly has enough footage of his own that they're not doing reshoots on. They're just doing final edits and everything, CG stuff on to do 4 hours worth of movie. So if
did we learn anything about if they're going to be splitting that up week to week, right? Or is this going to be one?
So it's actually we don't know just yet. We don't know if it's week to week or if it's 4 individual parts. But he did say in a statement that you can watch it individually or as one big chunk.
Which I'm going to watch it.
Well, watching it as one big chunk would mean that they were going to drop it like in a way that allows that early on. Otherwise, he wouldn't say it. Just say,
but it also hints at the fact that they're going to split it up into 4 parts.
Yeah. So he confirmed that portion of it.
I mean, obviously, after you wait 4 weeks, it'll be there to watch.
Or on the 4th week or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how much, I mean, it's the thing about like the movie is 2 hours and how many minutes, Mike?
18. I guess. I don't know.
Let's go look real quick.
I'm gonna guess more like 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that.
Wow, we are all off.
Really?
It's 120 minutes. It is literally 2 hours.
2 hours.
That's
2 hours, Taj. I saw the wheels turning.
No, you didn't.
I did.
They're completely at a halt.
I don't think that's the statement you should have used on that one, but I just sent you guys a picture if you guys didn't see it already.
I got it.
Of black suited Superman.
Yeah.
And where did he get the black suit?
Well, that's the one from the ship, remember?
He was buried in it.
No, we saw that suit in Man of Steel before he wore the red and black. You see it in one of the little things.
One of the little chambers.
Yeah, and
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
And since the suits are go by the DNA of the user, most likely he got it from Zod's ship, and it makes the S because it reacts to the wearer of the suit.
His symbol, yeah.
He's wearing an angry Zod suit. Fan-fucking-tastic.
I mean, he's pretty goddamn mad in that movie until the end when he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna let loose and punch this alien god thing in a bunch of times and see if I win.
Well, he'd already done a good job of punching everybody in the
double
Justice.
Down and piss everybody off.
Yeah.
That's what I want every movie Henry Cavill's Superman is in to break someone's neck just to piss off everybody in the internet. And then, like, his last movie, I just want him to break 47 necks in a row for the last 10 minutes of the movie. Just fucking walking up to people, snapping their fucking neck and moving through them.
Walking right on.
Just walking, bitch slapping people, their heads are spinning around. He's like, this is my planet now. But yeah, so it was a pretty cool trailer. I thought at least it was a pretty cool trailer. I did like that shot of Batman up on that gargoyle.
Oh, the
pans out.
But it's not like a typical gargoyle. It's like death.
Yeah, like it's like
It's literally the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, fucking gnarly.
So fucking awesome.
I
saw that after the second time I watched through the trailer, and I was like, oh, that'd make an awesome looking statue.
Right? Just thick ass fucking Batfleck up
Ben
there.
Affleck.
Like, dang. Speaking of boners.
Like, I'm not really into collecting any type of like superhero statues, but if they made one of those,
I'm talking like a good like.
Joe would totally fuck that statue.
I'd kind of have to get it.
Yeah, man, like big fucking 12-inch tall statue, like good chunk one. Oh, it'd be dope.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Chunk from the Goonies, right? That's what you're talking about. Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, Chunk dressed as Batfleck.
It would be awesome.
Do the truffle shuffle.
No.
Pulls up his bat suit and just like, fine.
Just unbuckles it. Just ding, ding, ding. His belly just falls out. You're like, what the fuck? That armor's dope.
That doesn't at all.
The bat truffle shuffle.
I both love that and hate that.
Got like the Batman symbol painted on his chest. Not tattooed. It's like painted.
Poorly.
It's like
Poorly.
Exactly. So it's like dripping because of the sweat. Obviously, he's very sweaty. He's fighting.
What he did, he shaved the symbol into his chest hair, but then painted in yellow to make it look like the Tim Burton one. But was sweaty under the suit, so the yellow starts to run through the hair.
Oh,
yes.
And you got like little like hair stalactites and shit.
Yeah.
And he's just
That's
shaking.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I don't think it is.
Same wavelength, Joe.
No, it's exactly what I was thinking.
I can see it in his eyes.
Oh, that among other things. Don't answer that.
Yep. Longing.
Segue. Speaking of longing.
Oh, yes.
The Wonder Woman trailer.
The what? What, Joe?
The Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys think of Cheetah?
I'm going to have to see more of it, or more of her, I suppose. Just because the flashes that you get, she kind of looks really super CG. Not great to me. So, I don't know. And the rest of the trailer just looks more of the same. Like, obviously, from the first trailer that we saw, I really want to see this movie. This doesn't lessen that, but it doesn't really increase the desire to see it. Obviously, I want to know what the fuck is going on because Chris Pine's character is dead and somehow comes back. And they allude to more people, I guess, coming back or something like that.
Yeah,
like
something
some
about
sort of superpower or something like that.
Yeah, something that Pedro Pascal's character does.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it looks cool. I can't wait for it.
It's gonna be good. Oh, there's that picture. I was trying to find it. Sorry, I was trying to find a picture of what we're talking about where, not Steppenwolf, but the other dude that we saw, that's part of Darkseid's posse with the dude that had the hood on.
The goblin-looking guy.
Yeah, I found it.
I don't recognize him really from anything. Do we know?
Apparently,
I know he's probably one of like his many Darkseid's goons. He has like a handful of them.
Yeah, he's one of his
I can't
generals.
think of any of their fucking names though.
Yeah, this one's Desaad is his name.
Desaad.
Yup. I was like, I knew I saw that fucking picture somewhere, and I could not remember, but I found it. It was on IGN. That one right there. Come on over.
Parachute pants. People all jumping out of airplanes.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more humor in that when he comes out and he has the fanny pack on. I was like, that's pure 80s right there. So good.
Right.
So good.
So good.
What else? Oh, they showed that a better shot of her with the armor on where she shrugs off the wings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the first trailer, it made it look like she shrugs them off and goes into like a worried face. And I was like, well, that seems like a weird thing because she looks super like tough and like brawny, shrugging those wings off. And then the next shot of her is like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, but this one was like, you see her like she's prepping to fight. She's like, no, I'm gonna punch someone in their face real hard. And I'm like, yeah, sign me up.
It's weird. That scene looks exactly the two scenes back to back. So you have her first engage Cheetah and then like grab her by the nape of the neck and throw her down. And then the next cut is her shrugging off the wings. But obviously that happens like 2 seconds before
Yeah, exactly.
that previous shot. It's a weird juxtaposition, but it's really cool.
But yeah, so that was pretty cool, and I think that Cheetah looks pretty dope too.
It flashes by too fast. It's too dark of shots that they have going on here. Obviously, they can clean things up once they get closer.
I still think they're kind of hiding it, though. I think it's like, you know what I mean?
No doubt, definitely. You know,
I like the fact that it's Kristen Wiig. Like, it's such a cool, weird, odd choice, you know?
As a character, she's very unassuming, but you obviously know that she becomes like some sort of badass.
Yes.
And I like it as well, yeah. I've always enjoyed Kristen Wiig as an actress.
Yeah,
I like her as well, yes.
Yeah. But even looking at these pictures that you just sent, like, obviously they're both screen grabbed, and the one on the left is very crisp, very clean.
Yeah.
You know, you get a great idea. Like, obviously all this armor on Gal Gadot is more than likely mostly CGI, but it looks really good. But then you look at the Kristen Wiig Cheetah stuff, and it's very blurry, it's very dark, it's very great.
Moving fast.
Yeah, she's moving fast, and the shot is very fast.
Fast like,
too.
what's that animal? What's that animal that goes real fast?
Cheetah.
Leopard?
Oh, yeah, leopard. She's real fast like a leopard.
Damn it, Joe! I thought you were gonna say it. What's that thing we used to say all the time?
Which thing do we say all the time?
No, we used to be like, oh, it's a
jackal.
Jackal. Is it jackal?
Jackal with the jackal.
I literally thought you were gonna say that.
Jackal
I was like,
with the
oh
jackal,
shit, this is gonna be perfect.
I forgot about that. Would have been really good. I forgot about
Throwback joke.
that. Yeah. But yeah, that's why once they get closer, they'll probably show more of her. It'll be more interesting to see exactly what she looks like.
Fuck.
Okay.
What?
Sorry, I'm looking at this article on Screen Rant of see detailed look of Kristen Wiig's Cheetah in Wonder Woman 1984 statue. It is crazy.
Oh yeah, that statue's gnarly.
It really is.
I just saw the picture. Oh, here. This is the. If this is the one you're talking about, this is the top shot of it.
Did to go along with this, did you see that Microsoft is?
Yeah, but if you go into the article, there's a ton of pictures of it.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe, what were you going to say?
Punkish looking. It's cool. Did you see that Microsoft is doing a giveaway for 3 different Xboxes? They're all Wonder Woman themed.
Yeah.
You have a gold one that is themed like her armor suit. Then you have a Lasso of Truth one, which is like the basic Wonder Woman colors, and then it actually has a lasso, a gold lasso on the top. And then they have a cheetah one, which actually has like, faux cheetah fur all over the Xbox. I thought it was interesting looking. The only weird thing is that one of them is an auction piece. I think that was the gold one. Another one is the Wonder Woman one is a giveaway, the one with the lasso of truth. But they said that the cheetah one is not going to be a auctioned or a giveaway one. It was just made.
Interesting.
It was super weird. Yeah. See if I can find the article.
Yeah, so in this one, I mean, like, other than the cheetah stuff and the Chris Pine costume change, there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff in this one, but it was still pretty fun, and I'm still excited to see it.
Yeah, like I said,
I wasn't expecting anything new from them because, like, they were ready to release, you know what I mean? So they can't really, like, blow their wad too much and give away too much more.
Blow their wad. Gross. I sent a picture of the Xboxes just now.
Yeah, I don't like any of those, to be completely honest with you.
Good.
Yeah, it says the intricate snakeskin pattern and faux leopard fur one isn't available to buy or win. It was made for promotional purposes.
So there's only one?
Yeah, well, there's only one of all of them. And the gold one is actually 24 karat gold leaf.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they're fucking around.
That means Kristen's wig's probably getting that cheetah one.
Probably.
Right? That's what I thought.
When all the promos done, here, take this home with you. Okay. I'll never play it or use it.
I dig the fuck out of the controller on the far left one, though.
I agree with that.
The
That's badass.
super colorful.
The rainbowy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one looks like the background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that one.
I think they all look pretty cool in and of themselves.
Yeah, the gold one looks like, it doesn't look like an Xbox. It looks like some kind of thing.
Book.
Like, yeah, it looks like something weird. Like, hey, this is some weird Egyptian thing. Like, hey, here you go. There you go.
And
I suppose, yeah.
If you see a scarab, run for your asses.
It's pretty cool, though.
Let's see here. What else we got? I mean, we could talk about the Batman.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
The Batman, that trailer.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I shouldn't have watched it for the first time on my phone while at work, because that did not do it justice. So then I had to watch it 19 more times. Just to get that sour taste out of my eyeballs. But knowing that, so I didn't get a chance to watch any of the DC panel stuff, and they've released a couple of them on YouTube, but I still haven't watched them because they're like an hour long, and I haven't. But I was reading through an interview or notes from the panel when Matt Reeves was talking about it, and he said they've only shot 25 to 30% of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, you guys shot a lot of shit. That seems to be a quarter of this movie.
That's a long-ass movie, then.
Because I seen a dope-ass bike. I seen that car up on a lift. I seen a car attack people. I seen him in a fucking gnarly fight with a bunch of dudes that have face paint on.
Yeah, they got their asses handed to him, by the way.
Well, at least one guy did for show. Like, he might have taught a lesson, and that lesson was don't talk bad to the guy in the weird suit. Because, goddamn, that was a beating and a half.
What probably helps it, though, is that they're not doing any, they probably could be, but like CG I don't see any obvious CG in any of this trailer.
No. The only thing that he said that they're going to use CG for is going to be because they're shooting it in Ireland. right? I think it
Okay.
said. Because he wanted to give Gotham a different look than what we've seen in other movies. Because we've seen him in Chicago, and we've seen L.A., and we've seen parts of Canada, and all these different things, right?
Pittsburgh.
So, Pittsburgh. He wanted to make it look different, look at like it's like Gotham looks with all these different things. So he's shooting it like in like Manchester and shit, like over in England and Ireland and shit like that. I was like, well, that's gonna do it for sure.
Right.
Let's see if I can find the thing for it.
What I like as well about it, obviously, we're having a different villain than we've really focused on in any more hardcore Batman movie. The Riddler.
Yeah.
It'll be really cool to see a more grounded version of him rather than Jim Carrey's
Cartoon.
more cartoonish character, or even the 66 Batman cartoonish Riddlers, or even the cartoon Riddlers. And he looks like more of a serial killer here, like just a straight up like fucking more of a kind of a
psychopath
character. I would say, killing people, but also leaving riddles to go along with it.
Yeah, because it looks well, not the look, but the feel of it feels more like who we didn't know who it was in Batman Year Zero, or Zero Year, through Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Their run, they made him more of an actual like villain, not just some goofball who's like, I stole this and figured this clue out. He's like, no, like, he's leaving bodies behind, and you're like, he's terrifying. But yeah,
like that
more consistent with the comic.
Yeah.
And I like that they show you him right then and there, or at least I'm assuming that's him right there with the fucking bag over his head
And those weird goggles, yeah.
And the weird goggles, but they're straying away from any trope of giving him like, a green fucking lime green jacket with fucking question marks on it.
Yep.
And stuff. And I like that. They're changing things up just enough to make it their own and make it more dark and more real looking, because you're not going to have an actual villain in more of a real life thing that's going to be wearing a green jacket and
with question marks all over it.
cane and a bowler hat and
maybe.
a masking of himself. Maybe, I guess. Did you notice that the thug that he beats up to looks like he's wearing Joker makeup?
So yeah, they're wearing some kind of like almost like skull makeup or whatever. Like there's one guy looks like he has like a
skull, but the one that
there's a couple of them in the background who had oddly Joker-ish makeup.
Yeah, but the one that Battinson beats the fuck up here
just fucking
has like straight on like the whole glass cow smile looking, mouth going backwards. And so I wonder if this isn't like a Joker gang or something like that.
Could be. We don't know.
Because this is supposed to be like more of like a year 2 Batman. So you obviously have year 1 Batman where he's still, he just became Batman, and this is more of a year 2 stuff.
Yeah.
Where we're getting introduced to his villains, I guess, going forward. So it'd be interesting to see what these guys actually turn out to be. And I would like to see what Colin Farrell's Penguin looks and sounds like in future trailers.
So apparently he gained weight for the role.
Yeah, but he's never going to be Danny DeVito fat.
Yeah, well, no.
Well, Danny DeVito wasn't even Danny DeVito fat in
True, he was wearing
Penguin.
a suit,
but there was a lot of rumors going around that he was in the trailer and he was like unrecognizable. Like there's a flash of him in the trailer.
Oh, like that fucking Christian Slater movie?
Wait, that's not. There is a flash of a guy that I don't quite recognize. I wonder if that's actually him.
Well,
it's real quick. It's a guy just standing there. He looks familiar.
So there's a dude. Where is the one?
Where is it?
You're talking about the guy like the almost reddish hair.
So at about I'm looking at the trailer at about the 118 mark. You know what? I bet that's him.
Just type in Google the Batman Penguin, and it shows you the one flash of him, and he is legitimately unrecognizable. Well,
he looks like a chubbier version of Bruce Campbell to me.
No, I would agree with that. 100%.
Okay, So then that is him, and it looks like he's a little bit more balding, but that could be because of the rain as well. But yeah, if that's him, that he looks nothing like Colin Farrell.
Boom, 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 boom.
Did you find it?
Yeah. It's on its way. Yeah, because he's said to have prosthetics for his nose, and he gained weight for the role.
Yeah, then that's definitely got to be him. So that's cool. Now I see what he looks like. Now I just need to see what he sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, what'd you think of Pattinson's voice?
I thought it was perfectly adequate.
I'm fine with it. It's not what I'm accustomed to, but I'm fine with it.
Well, every Batman has had a different voice.
A little bit of a different voice. Yeah,
and the problem, too, is that after watching Justice League and getting Batfleck's voice there, I think that's the perfect way to do it because it's still him speaking normally. It's just digitally altered.
Yeah,
that's the part that I, kind of keyed in on. It was really digital, and that helped, I think.
So even going back to the Christian Bale Batmans when he's actually doing the low gravelly voice, it for the time it sounded great and it sounded like what fit the movie. But going back on it kind of sounds goofy now after you've watched the Justice League and been like, oh, it actually makes more sense for him to just digitally alter his voice rather than make this weird,
make it gravelly
the entire time. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes once we get more extended cuts of the trailers and actually get the movie out and see what he sounds like in and of himself. What I also dig about the movie is how basic the Batmobile and the Batcave are. It's literally the Batcave is just literally a computer and the Batmobile, and that's it. And the Batmobile itself is just like a souped up car right now.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Matt Reeves says he wanted it to be. He's still growing as a vigilante, but also he doesn't have all the fancy toys yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the Batmobile is basically just a super ridiculous car that can, probably go fast and has tight turns and all sorts of stuff like that. But also, even his suit is still rudimentary, so there's a lot of weirdness on it. He has the gauntlets and stuff that are on there.
The gauntlets or the collar that goes up, that's very reminiscent of was it Batman Noel or Gaslight?
Yeah,
or
the stuff
Gotham
with
by Gaslight.
Yeah, the stuff with Lee Bromell and what's his balls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very much so because the
really
suit looks
weird
armored
at first, but it kind of grows on you, and then the boots themselves, they look more like just regular boots. Like when you first see him and he's walking into the room. And you're like, well, those look like boots that I guess Batman would wear. You're like, oh, it is Batman, but it's still a little weird. I don't know why.
They just look like work boots.
Yeah, they look kind of like work boots, yeah.
Just beating the living tar out of that fucking guy. Jesus Christ. And he takes that shot in the chest by that gun. In that one scene, I was like, damn. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, there's the shot. And some are speculating that the term an Alfred we've never seen before is the one they were throwing around for Andy Serkis's version of Alfred. Is they're thinking he's an AI.
He's a chimpanzee.
He's a chimpanzee.
No, they think he's an AI because the scene where he's in the Batcave and he's talking, you can see a digital image of him. And people were like, yeah, he's the reason we've never seen a version like that because he's the computer. He's not an actual person. And I was like,
yeah, maybe. I took that scene more as
I don't like that.
I think he's just up in the mansion. And he's
they
talking
make
to
Alfred a
computer.
robot. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
The name is actually some sort of algorithm, artificial something. Alfred.
You're artificial something.
Got me.
Fucking
Boom.
got him.
Got him.
On the duct tape scene in the beginning, where he's just pulling that duct tape out, and they make the beats of the clip of the video go to the stretching the duct tape. I was like, that's creepy as shit.
Mm-hmm. I will admit, there's only one thing that I didn't really care for in this whole entire trailer. It's not going to bother me or anything. It was just one thing I didn't really care for, and that is Catwoman's mask. Just looks like a burlap sack that she's wearing.
It is very bizarre.
It makes sense because, again, when in the previous movies, when they've done Catwoman, they've done the different iterations of her. Obviously, you had Michelle Pfeiffer's like sewn together Catwoman, which made specifically more to look like a cat. But then Anne Hathaway's your Catwoman,
my Catwoman.
Fair enough. Then obviously you had Anne Hathaway, who was more of just a cat burglar. But when she flipped the goggles back, you're like, ears, clever. This one, it makes sense. It's a very low tech suit, which I think I've talked to you guys. I've said before with you guys when the first trailer came out. I do like that everything is very low tech in this. You know, the Batcave is very basic. The Batman suit is very basic. Even down to Catwoman's suit is very basic, but at the same time, wearing what looks like a black, canvas bag over her head. Yes, it creates the ears that make it look like a bat or a cat ears, but it just still kind of looks a little goofy to me at the same time.
Yeah, what's that? What's the weird ski mask thing you can wear? The balaclava or something, right?
No, you're talking about just straight up ski masks.
Yeah, but they have a name though.
But that's like a scarf. No, actually, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, it looks like that, but like almost like she's wearing it. Like she's wearing it, but she's gonna put something over the top of it. Like she's wearing a helmet, and that's just for her to see. Like that's just so someone can't see what her face looks like. But I don't know, because the same thing is like you see in one part of the trailer, you see Pattinson with a scarf around his head up to his eyes, but then he puts a motorcycle helmet on. And I'm wondering if that's just a clever way of covering her face, but not having something completely cover her face all the time. But I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, it was the only thing that like struck me as odd in the trailer that I didn't really care for, but doesn't bother me at all for the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys, like, are we just at a point with superhero movies where we have to have practical things? Like does everything have to be practical, or can we just have fun comic book movies? Like the Nolan stuff, I was like, okay, that's our practical Batman. I mean, as practical as you can get for a fucking movie, you know what I mean? But I'm kind of bummed that like they're going that route a little bit, where it's like I just want shit to be like a comic book now. Like, can we get those movies, or is that not okay anymore?
Nope.
Well, I suppose
or is it just
depends
cheesy?
on the tone. No, I suppose it depends on the tone of the movie that you're going for. Obviously, to me, this movie is going more serious, more gritty, which is the same thing that you had with the Christopher Nolan Batmans. You know, those were more gritty, more serious, more grounded type movies. But I think on the other end of the spectrum, we are having the comic book style movies with Justice League and Superman and Wonder Woman that will use more of the CG and stuff to get things across, to do the more impractical stuff that you can't do that you can only do with CG.
Right.
And it would be impossible or cost ineffective to do with practical effects.
Good point.
So I think we are getting it both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't like the hinting around at stuff. It's like if you're gonna have Catwoman just be a cat burglar, like don't put a fucking beanie on her head that almost kind of looks like a cat. You know what I mean? Like don't dance around the stuff. Either do it or don't do it. Like I'd rather them just not fucking have any resemblance to it. You know what I mean? Like just
I think I get what you're saying. You know, it'd be again harkening back to Catwoman of Christopher Nolan. You know, you could easily just take the goggles off of her and still call her, you know, Catwoman.
Because she's a cat burglar.
Cat burglar.
You can, you know what I mean? Like the name's there. You don't have to like justify it anymore with an outfit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure we obviously know who the villain is going to be in this movie. It's going to be Riddler. You know, he doesn't have to have a suit of question marks. You know, we're going to have the Penguin in this
but
movie.
At some point, you know they're going to...
around sitting there going, rah, 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 rah.
Oh, like Burgess Meredith? Oh, yes. Please, Colin Farrell, just do a Burgess Meredith Penguin the whole time. I will take back any negative thing I ever fucking thought about this movie, and I will be all in. Watch it 4 times in theaters.
Webbed hands either, you know.
Eating raw fish.
Giving rape eyes to every woman around him.
I got a Burgess Meredith Penguin picture in my office somewhere.
Even Danny DeVito did kind of a penguin grunt or sound.
Yeah, he did very much
in the Batman movie. But I'm saying we don't have to see that stuff in order to get what these characters are. You know, you can call Colin Farrell's character Penguin or Oswald Cobblepot. You can call Selina or Catwoman, you know, because she's a cat burglar. Although I don't know why you would call Cobblepot Penguin.
I mean, it's not until he probably
wears
a penguin suit.
They could definitely set something up where it's a penguin suit, or maybe just happen to be maybe like the company that he owns or something like that, or
Penguin Enterprises.
Enterprises. Yeah,
it's gonna come down to the fact where they're gonna probably use the term like obviously Batman is called Batman because he dresses.
He's gonna be wearing a suit, a tuxedo.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, Colin Farrell's Cobblepot could be wearing a tuxedo, and he's wearing a penguin suit, and he probably is a little bit bigger, so he kind of waddles a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's probably like more of like media terms for him. So like, oh, this Catwoman who is a burglar, you know, they nickname her Catwoman or whatever. They nickname him thing. Obviously,
a Gotham Post.
Yeah, the Riddler's leaving riddles behind for Batman. He even has like runes in the little birthday card thing. So
he would be mystery killer,
the mystery man.
They'll throw a lot of names out, and then someone will get a hold of riddles. And like, oh, he's the Riddler, that sort of thing. But I mean, and I agree. It's just going to be whatever they decide it to be. But I mean, to Mike's point and to Joe's point, like you don't need to have them wearing name badges or outfits that be like, oh, that guy must be the Riddler because he's wearing an outfit that has question marks all over it.
Yeah.
And
like
she's
the Joker is always solidified. Like the Joker's going to have clown makeup with a smile. Like I get it. Like it's always going to be there. You know what I mean? But like the other ones, it's like, just fucking call them that, man. We don't need to have them vaguely look like an old comic book character. Just.
Yeah, it's very different. Like the Joker is very much the Joker because of his actual physical look.
Yeah,
he's always smiling.
He was raised in the sewers by penguins.
Yeah,
was that
you're gross?
Because Pee Wee Herman was like, "Fuck this kid, haha," and like threw him in a.
Don't forget though, who his mom is, Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yeah, Bellatrix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sherlock Holmes' mom too.
Yep.
I just found that out thanks to Netflix.
Oh, you haven't watched the Enola Holmes trailer yet, Joe?
No.
Yeah,
dude, you're fucking Henry Cavill's Sherlock, dude.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of it. I didn't know that there was a trailer out.
Yeah, it just dropped yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
a couple days ago.
Yeah, but
maybe yesterday. I don't know.
That didn't show up in my feeds.
Up on the Netflix. Yeah, Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes. I was like, well, that's unsettling.
What was the name of the show? Holmes?
No, it's Enola Holmes. It's alone spelled backwards. Enola Holmes.
What's up, Holmes?
I guess the last two things to talk about real quickly before we wrap this up would be what do you guys think of the two video games that they dropped trailers for?
Well, I watched the trailer for Arkham Knights,
Okay.
It looks dope. It looks like more of the same. I literally just finished Arkham Knight yesterday, 100% of the game,
Ooh.
just so that I could get the true ending of it, the what they call it, the Nightfall ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks really cool because it just looks like more of the same. The same combat style.
Nothing wrong with that.
The Arkham games. The visuals look absolutely stunning, but that's not necessarily indicative of what the actual game will look like, because obviously this was more of just like CG.
It was all alpha build anyways. What's crazy about it too is the fact that it's actually not made by the same people.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too, because I had thought that I had read a long time ago that Rocksteady was done with the Arkham games, and then obviously you have this coming out, and so it was like, that's weird that they're coming out with another one. Then you find out that it's being made by the same company that did Origin.
Yeah.
Arkham Origin.
Yep.
Which I remember initially didn't get great reviews.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah. So hopefully they're doing a lot better here.
But then Rocksteady released a trailer for their other video game based around something to do with Batman and DC, which is the Suicide Squad game. Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, and it's made by the company who made the previous games, and then it looks nothing like those games. I was like, well, I guess good on you for not making the same thing. Rocksteady's like, nah, we've done that. We're gonna do something different. I'm like, all right, cool. You get to play like Suicide Squad, and apparently like Brainiac has like taken the Justice League and made them bad or something. All I know is Superman fucking disintegrates a guy in front of everybody. I was like, well, that's different. Oh, we forgot to talk about Suicide Squad.
What's the name of it? This is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That's
Yeah.
what the name of this game is.
This one right here.
Right here.
Yeah, so I was like, well, that's pretty interesting.
I had read some people saying that this is what the Suicide movie should have been, but it's like, after literally hearing you say that it's basically about the Justice League being taken over and Superman killing somebody, it's like, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do that in the first Suicide Squad movie at all.
Yeah, no.
I don't even you couldn't even do it for the second one here that they've got coming out.
Yeah, because the first promotional poster they released was a silhouette of Superman turning his head a little bit with a reticle, like an actual like iron on it, like iron sight on him, and it said Suicide Squad on it. Then they released the title of it being Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and then you find out what it is. You're like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. If you go, and they ramped up the different, like Boomerang. Captain Boomerang has the ability to teleport with his boomerangs. I was like, well, that's clearly not going to be what they're going to do in the movies.
Yeah. Watching it right now, and so far I do like. I'm not listening to it really, but I like what I see so far.
Oh, it's it's a gorgeous looking game.
King Shark, yeah.
Yeah. But if you go to about 3.5 minutes or so, as you get to the part with Soups, and you're like, he like rescues a guy out of an exploding helicopter, and he's like, oh nope, and then, but if you pay attention, it's not red, it's purple. And you're like, oh, I don't think that's regular Soups right there.
Okay, there he is. Sunlit from the back.
Yeah.
Nice front shadow going on here. Very epic looking, very Superman looking.
Yep. But it doesn't come out till 2022. So they're really letting us have a preview of it.
That guy just got disintegrated. That he didn't just lose his head. He like literally
gone.
He got snapped.
Yeah, there's no Tussin saving that one. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
But speaking of Suicide Squad, we didn't talk about the featurette, I guess you could say. It wasn't really a trailer or a teaser, but a featurette of the cast members. What did you guys think of that? Did you guys watch it?
No.
Okay, cool. It's a good talk.
Did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
And
it's if what you thought. So remember when we all like, why is James Gunn making a Guardians of the Galaxy movie? Like, what a weird group of characters to like have on the big screen. And then we saw a first trailer and we're like, well, okay.
Well, that suddenly became my favorite movie of all time.
This has that same feel to it, and there's so many people in it. It's bonkers. Like, the cast is ridiculously huge. And it's not, I mean, there's a lot of named people in it, but just of people that are in it. So you have, we talked about a little bit last week, Margot Robbie's returning. Idris Elba is playing Bloodsport, who my favorite part about this is they're using, I can't remember what story arc it's from, but it's from one of the Suicide Squad books where he is in prison for shooting a kryptonite bullet at Superman and trying to kill him. And that's why he's in Arkham, or I think he's actually in Blackgate at the time. But so that's his character. John Cena is playing Peacemaker, who is kind of a douchey Captain America, but he started his career off as a vigilante, only using non-lethal weapons to take people out. But then he's like, this isn't working, so I have to. He like literally starts killing people to create peace. And he's insane because the crazy helmet he wears, he believes holds the souls of all the people he's killed. And so they keep talking to him, encouraging him on. Like, you're doing a great job. You're making the world better. I was like, okay, all right. So then you have Joel Kinnaman coming back as Rick Flag, clearly. You have Peter Capaldi playing the Thinker, who's got he's a former lawyer, right? I think. But basically, he's like, maybe not a lawyer. I can't remember what it was, but he's super smart and has these like diodes in his head that lets him like send out telepathic thoughts to people and like use telekinesis to move stuff, and like it's fucking nuts. You have Viola Davis coming back as Amanda Waller. You have Jay Courtney coming back as Captain Boomerang. You have Alice Braga as Sola Sora, who is another kind of mercenary, essentially, you could say. They're basically an ally to Suicide Squad, it says here. Pete Davidson plays Blackguard, who people are going to be like, he doesn't look anything like him, but whatever, fuck off. Because Blackguard's supposed to be this massive human being, but he's a mercenary who basically is a new member of the Suicide Squad. And he has, like, trick bullets and stuff that, like, do crazy shit, like separate and, like, in mid-flight to hit multiple targets and shit like that. You have, again, that guy's name I can't fucking remember how to say, but that David Dasamachian guy, the guy who played the Russian in Ant-Man, he's playing Polka Dot Man, who literally throws polka dots that can wrap around people, and he can reach through them and grab shit. That's fucking insane. You have Michael Rooker coming in as Savant, who is a computer hacker, and most likely they're going to use the older version of him, which means he's from way back in the day, and he's been released as prison as part of the Suicide Squad, so he's going to be a fucking grizzled. We don't know who Taika Waititi is, but a lot of people are thinking he's going to be the voice of King Shark, which sucks because King Shark's being mocapped by Steve Agee. And if he's not doing the voice, then why? Because Steve Agee's got a great voice to do that, but whatever. Who am I? My favorite thing, though, is everyone is kind of trying to figure out who Nathan Fillion's going to play, right? And he's finally going to be actually on screen in a James Gunn movie. He plays Floyd T.K. Belkin, also known as Arm Fall Off Boy. He's a supervillain who can detach his arms and use them as weapons.
That's disturbing.
Yeah,
and awesome. Right?
Amazing. I was like, yes, okay. Storm Reed is going to be playing the daughter of Bloodsport, who is the Idris Elba's character. Steve Agee is going to be playing King Shark, as far as we know, who's known as a metahuman, who, if you watch the video, you'll see him in a wire suit they used for motion capture, and it's just giant, overly sized thing, and has a shark head on it. It's hilarious. Daniela Metcalf is Ratcheter 2, who has the ability to, well, I mean, if you think by the name, ratchet stuff. Basically, she's really good at mechanics and stuff, and like she does like she's a rat catcher. Like she just like sets traps and stuff. Like it's just ridiculous. But she's like good at mechanics and stuff like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And she takes the name Ratcatcher too. Like she gets that from somebody else. Like she takes the name after that person dies, which is pretty funny. Sean Gunn, who I was gonna be interested to see what they're gonna do because he's obviously gonna be mocap something because he's the one that did all of Rocket's mocap. He's playing a character named Weasel, who's a metahuman who's half rat, half man. And if you watch the behind the featurette they show, you see him and he's licking a window.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious. You have Joaquin Colso, who plays Mateo Suez, who's Luna's second in command. So basically, like another fucking bad person. Then Flula Borg, who plays Javelin, who is literally a German athlete turned supervillain who wields javelins as a weapon. It's probably not the hardest name. And then you have Mongol, played by Mei Ling. I guess that's Ning is her last name. Who is an ally of the Suicide Squad. Yeah. So that's that, and that's just that. And then there's like he even like said there's more that are just going to be cannon fodder. So he's just going to like not just have this group of people, but then he's just going to have a bunch of other ones that are just literally going to be on screen to die in terrible ways.
Well, they're already setting up that even the ones they introduced a lot of them aren't going to live. Like they're already telling you.
Yeah.
They're just like a handful of these ones that you think might be really cool are literally going to die real quick. So
kind of like in the second fucking God, what's the Ryan Reynolds movie where fucking half the crew ends up dead and they're fucking right after the jump?
Bodyguard.
Deadpool.
The Bodyguard. Thank you, Mike.
The Bodyguard. I like that.
Hitman's Bodyguard. Hitman's Bodyguard. Yeah, no.
When the fuck is that sequel coming out?
I don't know.
Everything got delayed a year.
I think they finished filming that too.
Did they? I didn't even think that they started.
Yeah, like they showed footage of it, and I was like, well, or like photos from it. I was like, well, that seems like it should be out already. The Hitman's Bodyguard or something like that.
Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
That's what it was, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's
2021, August 20th, 2021.
Oh, so next year? Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Pandemic, move everything back. Yeah, I think that's really it. We've hit our hour mark.
Yep.
Word.
Anybody else got anything? Nope. Cool. All right.
Nope.
So yeah, that's it for this week's episode of His Tier program that you've been listening to. Comes naturally, we are
Joe,
Mike.
I am Cody, and again we were joined by
Taj.
All right, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
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 Naturally.